Color 10 investigates a $6,000 sewer dispute is putting one Springfield renter against city leaders. Earlier this year, Tim Trafford realized his family paid for 21 years of sewer service despite using a septic tank the whole time. Chief investigative reporter Lauren Barnes is digging into the records to make sense of the city's settlement offer. Lauren?
Yeah, Billy, at this point, I've gone through months of email conversations and city council meetings, and by all accounts, City of Springfield leaders seem to agree. They mistakenly charged this customer for decades of sewer service he never received. What the parties can't seem to agree on is how much that mistake should cost the city.
It's not right.
Tim Trafford discovered a backup in his bathroom in January that led him to take a closer look at his utility bill. He did some more digging and found the home he rents on Glen Avenue was set up for sewer decades ago. However, his home was never connected to the city's sewer system until this January, despite the fact that Trafford paid thousands of dollars in sewer fees over the years.
Our officials think that we're at risk with septic systems, maybe older septic systems, but have done nothing to ensure that they're actually connected.
Trafford did some quick math and went to city council in April, estimating he paid close to 10 grand for sewer service he never got, although he would later learn he didn't pay quite that much.
Can I make a motion that we pay him for his bill, or does it have to be a bunch of meetings or what? I
think we better not make the motion tonight.
Yeah,
Well, I would like to know the answer. I would respectfully like to know the answer. He's
Sure.
got, I agree. I've read there. I'm not saying that there's any fault at the city of Springfield, but I would like to know how we can pay for the rest of it if this council chooses to.
Well, but in that case, a motion is not in order tonight to do that.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
So the answer is, I think the best way to resolve that would be just to treat it like a claim and to have a discussion and vote in a closed session.
While some members of city council seemed eager to act then, Trafford didn't feel the same level of urgency once he filed that claim and negotiations began in private.
I was contacted by a variety of city officials offering me at first $1,400, to which I declined, all the way up to the, and I'm quoting, final offer of $3,000.
Color 10 Investigates looked into the math behind that settlement offer. In an email, one city employee who works in claims told Trafford the city's sewer office records only go back 5 years. But when I submitted a public records request, the city produced 20 years of sewer records in a matter of days. On top of that, after Trafford appeared at city council in April, the city provided him with a full 21-year accounting of his payments. Turns out Trafford's initial calculations were a bit high because he couldn't account for inflation without the older records. Based on those records from the city that Trafford shared with me, he paid $6,003 over 21 years, but the city only offered to refund half. City manager Jason Gage told Trafford in an email the reason why is because there's a 5-year limit on sewer payment reimbursements.
I can't wrap my head around how they can believe that anyone would be responsible for paying maintenance and usage services fees for a service they didn't receive.
When I looked at the city's refund policy, I didn't find any mention of a time limitation on sewer refunds. I asked Gage to clarify in an interview, but a city spokesperson declined on his behalf. Trafford says as much as he could use the $3,000, it's a matter of principle now.
$3,000 to me is 3+ months of rent. $3,000 to the city of Springfield is what they pay for city council lunches, I'm sure.
Now, of course, we will continue to follow this story until there is a resolution, but you should know there could be others who live in Springfield paying for sewer service they aren't receiving. It's a good idea to check out your city utilities bill if you use a septic system. If you do end up having an issue, you'll want to contact the city, which is actually who manages the sewer. If you aren't sure if you're using a sewer or septic system, there are a few different ways you can test to figure it out. I have that information live right now on our website, ozarksfirst.com. You can also email me personally, and I would be happy to help you get to the bottom of it. Bailey.
All right, Lauren Barnes reporting tonight. Thank you, Lauren.